This is Jordan Butler, host of Head Over Heels. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media.
This is Daniel Poppy, host of How to Write Good here on Public House Media. I just want to thank you for listening to the following broadcast brought to you by Public House Media. Once you're done with this episode, I hope that you'll come check out my show, How to Write Good, the writing show that is not about writing. A new show of How to Write Good comes out every Wednesday, so don't forget to subscribe on iTunes so you never miss an episode of How to Write Good. Again, thanks for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Tell yourself that things like, I don't have time. Oh my gosh, where did the time go? Where did the time go? I don't have enough time in the day to take care of this, and that. Does that ever sound like you? It sounds like me sometimes. And then I have to reel in myself and figure out, hey, I do have time in the day. Everyone has the same 24/7, 365. It's about how you use it. And if you don't use it, you lose it, right? We like to think that we are constantly pressed for time, but the reality is most of us just waste our time, this vast resource, simply by remaining unaware of how we spend our days. So if you need to find more time in your day, whether it's to take on a new fitness program, to make sure you have some major progress on your business goals, maybe it's to maybe spend more time with your family or get things accomplished around the house or whatever it is. Today, I'm going to give you some tips on how to get more done in less time. Good morning. My name is Kim Meyer. I'm the founder of Choose to Rise. I am the founder of Team Rise and Fit, and we are here to help women rise up out of their current situation and live their best life. And so today, one of the top things that I hear from people all the time, especially moms, women, of course, is that they don't have time. They don't have time to take care of themselves because they're so busy taking care of everyone else's needs. They don't have time in their day to eat healthy. They don't have time in their day to get everything done, accomplished, and their schedule runs them instead of them running their schedule. And it makes me so sad because I've been there. I have so been there, and I have found a way out of it, not entirely, but a way out of it to make life better. I've found a way to prioritize my time and get more out of my day versus my day running me. So I'm going to have some simple tips for you today on how you can simply find more time in your day. Simple little tricks, free things to do that are going to help you find more time. Like I said before, we all have the same 24/7, 365. And so if we're blessed enough to be on this earth, we're blessed enough to have that same time. It's a precious resource. And it's not like we can put bank time for, to have, wouldn't that be awesome if we could do that sometimes? If you can say, I'm going to take these 6 hours that I didn't get anything done today and put them on tomorrow. So I have 30 hours tomorrow instead of 24. It just doesn't work that way. So this morning here on Public House Media, I'm just going to share with you some simple tips that help you get more out of your time that you do have. So number one, set your alarm clock earlier. And you may be thinking, heck no, I like my sleep. But yes, listen to me here. This one is one tip that nobody ever really wants to hear. I get it. But here's the thing. If the rest of your day is already packed full of productive work, things that you have to get done, your schedule is full, you're going to be really hard pressed to free up some of that time to get anything else in. So by waking up a little earlier in the morning, even getting into the office a half hour ahead of your coworkers or giving yourself some quiet time you need to start your day off right on a productive note, it's going to help you in the long run. That half hour extra of sleep that maybe you're tossing and turning, or the extra half hour sleep that you use you're going to move into a 30-minute workout, or 30 minutes of quiet time, of reading, of prayer, meditation, whatever it is that you need to kind of just rejuvenate yourself and get you going, it's going to help you in the long run feel more calm, feel more patient, and feel more energized, actually. So set your alarm clock earlier is number one. I know not a popular one, but it's definitely helps. Tip number two, lay your clothes out the night before. I do this with my kids a lot. Why not do it with me? If it's good for kids, it's good for adults. If it's good for adults, it's good for kids, for the most part, if speaking. So number two, lay out your clothes the night before. morning indecision about what you're going to wear is a huge time waster. So take a few minutes each evening to lay out your clothing you'll wear the next day. If you're going to be hitting the gym before you go to work, maybe like me, sleep in your workout clothes, or lay them all out so you have them ready to go, and you don't have to think about forgetting items in your grogginess. You don't have to worry about if you have your matched socks. You don't have to worry about if you have everything you need for the day, because you're going to prep for the next day right before you go to bed. The third thing that you can do is have a plan for your workout or for whatever it is that you're going to do in your morning. And so while if you're subject to hit the gym, be sure you're walking in the door with a purpose every single time. If you're like me, you push play on a workout program. I have a schedule of program that I do. So make sure that you have everything that you need for that, and that you have a plan. So you're not getting there and feeling indecisive and drifting from machine to machine, or trying to figure out what's going to happen. If your 30 minutes that you get up earlier is about you time, maybe it's that you have a book ready, you have it laid out, maybe you have your journal out, maybe you have your Bible out, maybe you have a set something that you're doing every morning. Whatever it is, make sure it's ready to go and that you have a plan. If you ever read the book Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod, you'll know that he has 8 things that he does every morning, and he sets a timer so these things get done. It's reading, it's silence, it's savers, silence, affirmations, I don't remember, and then E is exercise and reading. And so making sure that you're getting those things done in your morning, but also just having a plan of what you're going to do. The fourth tip that I have for you is meal prep, ingredients ahead of time. So let's face it. Are you likely to eat healthier if you have it in the fridge already, or are you going to eat healthier if you have to put it all out and do everything that night? More than likely, you're going to do anything better if you have it all prepared and ready to go. So for me and my community of healthy individuals, we meal prep for 2 hours on the weekend or any random time that it works for you in your schedule. And then we just have things ready to go. It is so much more convenient to come running in the house at 4:30, 5 o'clock after a day's work and having to get a child to their activity in 45 minutes and have to make dinner, all of that in the same time. So if you can come in the house and have your chicken already cut and cooked, if you can already have your vegetables cut and prepared, if you can just have all of those things ready to go, you don't have to waste energy on prepping everything and putting it all together to cook. And you also don't have to spend extra money and all the calories that come with eating out and grabbing things from the drive-through lane or getting things delivered to your house. So if you have taking that those few extra seconds, a few extra minutes on the time that you already have available to do the prepping while you're doing something else, it just takes the time and saves you time in the long run. I can't tell you how many hours of life and frustration I've saved in the last 2 years by meal prepping everything that I need for the week in one day. So I can't necessarily do everything, but I try to do as much as possible. I always have my meals for my lunches cooked up and kind of in storage containers in my fridge. So every morning when I get up, I can literally just grab what I need and put it in my bag and take it with me. I have my lunches all made for the week, my snacks all ready to go, and they're all healthy things because I know that's what fuels me best, and that's how my body feels good. It gives me more energy to do that. And it doesn't take that much more time. It actually saves me time and energy in the morning because I don't have to think about what I'm going to have for lunch that day because it's already ready to go. Taking decisions out of life basically is a good thing. Tip number 5, opt for public transportation. When you drive to work, you can send email messages. You can't send email messages, finish up or set business documents or watch training videos or do anything else safely. So if you have the option to take public transportation, consider doing so, and then use the spare minutes you found to catch up on business tasks before you arrive at the office, or maybe you just drive and download some informative podcasts or audiobooks to ensure that you're getting something valuable out of your trip. That's the tip that I use. I live a whopping 3 blocks from my office. And it's maybe 8 blocks, but maybe 10 by the time I go and drop my kids off and go to my office. So I have podcasts that I have downloaded on my phone. I have audiobooks, Audible, that I listen to, YouTube clips, anything that you can use to inspire yourself and get good content in your brain. Instead of listening to the radio or instead of listening to the news, oftentimes I pop in my headphones and I just listen. And so I have some really great books that are on Audible right now that I'm listening to about nutrition and health and happiness and well-being. And so if you can if you can, even just when you're driving or when you're cooking or when you're doing whatever, waiting at dance class, waiting at sporting events, any downtime that you have, you can always be using to fill your mind and brain with good, positive things like Choose to Rise or other podcasts here from Public House Media. So if you opt for the public transportation, get out your phone and do the work there. It will save you time and energy, and you're not wasting the time that you have. Tip 6, limit the email checks. Now, I just said you can check all that stuff while you're on the road, but tip 6 is really limit the email checks. So since this tip isn't exactly a surprise, Tim Ferriss has actually been telling us since 2007. However, you haven't gotten around to implementing a system that ensures you only check your email at certain times a day. Minimizing the countless distractions that come with doing more often can create. So do it now. I have implemented this in the last month, and I can tell you it is very powerful. I get way more done when I'm not watching the little flags come across. Like, turn off those notifications on your computer that tell you you're getting a new email. It's okay to not respond immediately. It's an email. It's not a text message. It's not an instant message. It's email. So let it check, maybe put a timer on your phone that says you're going to check it every 2 hours, and do that. Get some quality time in. When you have an email constantly coming in, distracting you from the task, you never really get anything done. So, only check your messages a couple times a day, and, enlist the support maybe of an accountability partner when you can, reward yourself or, set yourself up for success that way. But limit the distractions. Set a timer of this doesn't even have to be about email, but this is just about limiting distractions. So if you have something that you need to get done, whether it's a task on the computer, a task in your house, doing whatever, you can start setting a timer for yourself and saying, I'm going to do this activity until this timer goes off. And then you don't focus on other things and get distracted and get nothing accomplished. You're saving time in the long run. Tip 7, start your day with a pre-made to-do list. Before, like if your to-do list was making sure you have all your stuff laid out for the gym, make sure you have a to-do list for your day, having actions, and prioritize those actions so that you can get the biggest things accomplished first, and then the smaller little things that you can either do later or you can delegate to somebody else, because those things that are, you don't want to waste your time you don't want to waste the most precious things of your time with the limited amount of time that you have. If it's something that has to be it's a big project, if it's something that you have to do, put it at the top of your list, get it done right away, and then let the other things come later. Tip 8, gather files and supplies ahead of time. Again, do you hear a thing here? Be prepared, basically. Once you've created your to-do list, take a few moments to gather up any things that you need to make sure you get those things done on time. So if it's, meal prepping, making sure you have your grocery list ready of all the things that you're going to need to meal prep. If it's something at the office, making sure you have all the files and the materials needed to do that project. If it's, doing laundry, making sure you have all the laundry together from the house. Enlist your kids to help you with this. If it's unloading the dishwasher, that's pretty low on my to-do list, but I can now enlist the help of my children. My daughter loves putting the silverware away. So if I can put the things away that from the dishwasher that go up high, she's like, hey, I'll help you with the rest of it. And then she does the bottom things while I can go do other things in my day. It's okay to ask for help. Tip number 9, be conscious of task switching. So official estimates vary, but there's no arguing that the fact that we waste a huge amount of time switching from one task to another. As a result, if you want to find more time in your day, minimize the number of transitions that you have. Simple. So minimizing that number of times you move from one project to another, creating a to-do list, and gathering the necessary supplies in advance should help you reduce that time in between projects. And it should help you be very conscious about the time that you have maybe lost before in those unavoidable changes. So thinking about those things, and there's okay to kind of give yourself a break between things. You don't want to be just like hard pressed from one thing to the next. But if you don't have time to take a long break, don't take the long break. Make sure that you're organized and you're prepared and that you can move forward. And the last tip I'm going to give you today is wear headphones to minimize distractions, right? So you can have, having fun coworkers is great until you actually need to get your work done and you have things that you need to accomplish that you just can't get other people out of your head. find a quiet space to get something done. Maybe that's putting headphones in and listening to something positive or some quiet music while you're doing what you need to do. Maybe it's getting a pair of earplugs. I don't know. But wearing a pair of comfortable headphones and wearing them, listening to, like I said, that quiet music or something that is going to just soften the sound around you to help you be focused and get things done that you need to get done. If it's at home and you have children running around, maybe it's listening to music on your Alexa or on your phone, and you have just things going as you focus on things you need to get done. Telling them, communication is key. Opening up and saying, I'm even saying this to my kids too sometimes when I'm doing podcasts and things like, hey guys, I'm going to do a video. I need 5 minutes of quiet. Can we do that? And they're like, yeah. And so if they're playing upstairs, I'm going to go downstairs. If they're playing downstairs, I'm going to go upstairs. It's just a matter of being conscious, being aware of what's going on, and then setting the expectation. So I hope those are just 10 tips. I have lots more that I could share with you. Lots of things that really they just boil down to being prepared, being mindful of what's on your to-do list, prioritizing your time, and just getting things prepared ahead of time. Thinking ahead can oftentimes get you out of situations where you're wasting time. Having to make decisions on the fly or having to make decisions, you have too many options, often brings up a lot of struggle and a lot of frustration. So if you can plan ahead, if you can get things done, minimize the things that you need to get done so that you can, chunk down the time that takes wasting that you're doing to get things done on the other end. You don't have to, right? Elicit help, plan ahead, be prepared, and have a great day. You will always find more time in your day when you stop scrolling news feed, or you keep track of that too. How often are you scrolling news feed on social media? How much are you sitting and watching Netflix binges? How much time are you wasting on just TV in general, or things that don't really matter in life and that aren't really helping you get to your goals? When you can identify and really look at your schedule and figure out where there's pockets of time that you are not doing things that are productive, or they're, and they may be your downtime, but you don't need 20 minutes of scrolling the Facebook feed every hour of the day. You can maybe do it for 20 minutes, but, to catch up on life and be social. But you can also find out a lot of those things by communicating with people and being present in their lives in a different way. So I highly encourage you today to examine your schedule. Figure out what it is that is maybe a time waster for you. Where can you fit in something else? Where can you fit in a 30-minute workout that's actually going to get you more energy in the end? Where are you going to be able to cut down on some of the time wasters in your day that you're going to be able to have more time for your friends, more time for your family, more time for yourself, where you can gain energy and confidence and move forward in the best way possible. I hope you have a great Friday and you have a wonderful weekend. I'll be back here on Monday on Public House Media, coming back at you with something more confidence, love, sharing some helpful tips to help you improve your life and rise up out of your current situation and to live your best life. I hope you have a fantastic day. Please share, like, comment, tell a friend about Public House Media, tell a friend about Choose to Rise, and let's get more people listening and their hearts fulfilled with something positive. I hope you have a great day, everyone.